Let's see if that works. And this looks good. Perfect. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I've got Sleuth Mom with me. Say hello.
Hi, guys.
So we're going to go over the Delphi case. And also, if we get a little bit of time, we've also got another unsolved case that's very similar to Delphi. Eerily similar. That was brought to my attention. So we will go over those two cases. What's up, Joe? What's up, Sherry? What's up, Misty? Sarah? Nancy Evans? Alright. What's up, Joe?
No, there's two Joes.
Oh, yeah, we got Joe Clausen and Joe.
Hi, guys.
Alright. So, I think most of you guys are familiar with Delphi case, but I'll just go over just the quick basic for anybody that's new to this case. So on February 13th, on 2017, Abby and Libby were dropped off near the Monon High Bridge. And let me get down to the map here. So at approximately 1:38, their sister Kelsi German had dropped her sister Libby and Abby off right here where this blue, and there's this trail that's called the 501 Trail. And so they had started walking along the trail, and let's get to the timeline. They started crossing the bridge, and there's 6 platforms on the bridge. And as they were approaching the second platform, they took that first picture, which is them looking the direction they're going to be walking. And that's taken at 2:05 p.m. And then the infamous picture of Abby, where she's kind of looking down and she's crossing the tracks here. So Libby is standing on platform 3, looking back from where they came, and Abby is obviously walking towards her. Oh, I just had a new subscriber. Welcome. I gotta pull up my chat here too. What's up, Google user? Linda Kursky. I hope I said that right. What's up? Joe is short for Joanne. Okay, so we got Joanne and Joe Clausen. Perfect. Thank you, guys. So yeah, 2:07. Liberty takes this picture of Abby. What's up, Arctic? And then, so they start getting to the end of the bridge, past this last platform 6, and at some point, I'm assuming. You can't see anybody in this picture, but I'm assuming just after they take this picture, the Snapchat picture. I hate when I put my mouse over it, it goes black. But I'm assuming he's starting to approach, platform 1 just after this picture is taken. And makes up some ground on this bridge here. And then we know that Libby was smart enough because I think she had felt something was off, clearly, and so she started recording this, what we now call the bridge guy, walking on this. And then, since then, we've learned so much more about this footage and the audio. Are you still with us, Susma?
I am.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. If you want to say something, just, I know I'm doing all the talking here.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
The only thing is, we looking back at this case, it's very frustrating for me that, she has the footage, she has the audio, she did what you're supposed to do in a situation like this, and we still haven't caught this guy, and it drives everyone crazy because there's no reason that this guy wasn't caught yet.
Yeah. I was watching because I know everybody follows this case. I mean, this case is just so interesting because it's so rare where you actually have footage and voice of the suspect. Yeah, it still is unsolved, and it's 1 week. 1 week until it's the 5th year anniversary,
Right.
which is crazy to think about.
Hi, Sherry.
What's up, Sarah? What's up? Yep. What's up, Frank? Oh, you're still here, Chadwell. Yeah, we'll get into depending on our time, we'll see if we can get into a few of the person of interest. Okay, so now so she starts taking this footage, and then let's see, does it have the recording? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this. Actually, Sleuth, let me know if you can hear this. Oops. Okay, you guys could hear. Okay, awesome. And then, so, as you guys know, if you guys see my videos, we've learned, and this has been out there for quite a while now, actually for a couple of years at least, or at least a year anyway, is that the guys in Down the Hill is split apart. It's not together. There's more in between, more before and in between guys in Down the Hill. Thank you. What's up, Jill? So, oh, Sleuth? I think I just lost Sleuth, Mom. I did. Hold on, let me get Sleuth Mom back in here. She hung up on me.
Hello.
Sorry, guys.
Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Chris. Sorry, guys. She hung up on me. Yeah, so I'll go over that, Hannah, in just a second. Let me get her back on the phone. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? You hung up on me.
No, it dropped the call, I swear.
Uh-huh. Okay. So anyway,
Right.
so Hannah, so this has been out for a while. So you can look it up on Reddit too. So there's kind of like what they call a transcript. And basically it goes something where, because when he says guys down the hill and you see this footage, a lot of people associate that audio and the video together. But he's actually not really saying any he's not saying all that as he's approaching them in this clip here. If anything, he's just saying, "Hey guys," and then Libby responds with "Hmm," and then he gets a little closer to them, and apparently, from what the transcript says, is that he pulls out a gun, and Abby responds, "Does he have a gun? He's got a gun." And then that's when he approaches them, and you hear a gun cock, and that is when he says, "Guys down the hill." So if you guys were ever wondering, that's why the guys down the hill, it's all kind of split out. Okay. Still with us, Sleuth? Yes, there's more to the recording, Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, it recorded for it was like 20 minutes, I think they said, but not all of it was, like the phone wasn't with them the whole time. As we know, it was in the woods at one point.
2 minutes. Well, I heard
2 minutes?
2 minutes of recording.
Yeah.
There could be 20 minutes, but I know there's, they've been shown 2 minutes though. The family has.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
I keep forgetting that you didn't read through all of the leaker messages, and so, gotcha.
Yeah. So, and then I also played early in one of my earlier lives that in this audio you can actually hear. Where's the audio at? You can actually hear leaves crunch. It's gravel because there's actually gravel just past this bridge. So, That's like them walking on the gravel and the leaves and stuff. But so anyway, I wanted to get into what happened after. So let's see. Does this show where the bodies were found on this one? So anyway, so they get across the bridge. Let me go to Google Earth here. Yeah, I feel like if they would release just a little bit more of the audio, it would really help us. I feel like if they had just a little bit more released.
Like a full sentence would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit more. Because they really believe this guy is local. That there's something that, just that one more extra little snippet of audio or something could really help us, especially the locals.
Mm-hmm.
So they take this. Fortunately, Google Earth, the satellite image is kind of not the best. So this is the end of the bridge right here. He takes them down this first bank, which is really steep, and then there's a driveway, which is this driveway right here. Let me see if I go down a little bit lower, if it switches views a little bit. Yeah, you can't really see the driveway, but the driveway comes through these trees right here. Not all these trees are right here. And then they go down one more bank, and they think that he was trying to take them right here because it's really hidden. But as we know, their bodies were found just right here. So they think that the girls tried to make a run for it, and they went across the creek. And they actually found one of the girls' shoes, like right here on this side of the creek. So this is one of the items they found was a shoe. And then they, of course, went across the creek. And then, let's see, let me shift just a little bit here so I can get a better view. So you have these little sandbars. So this is a low part of the creek. Now the creek was a little bit filled up higher than this. You could only see these two little sandbars, I guess you call them. And yeah, so their bodies were found approximately right here. And they also found an article of clothing on this log right here.
Right.
So I found some old footage, and it's just, they're each like 2 minutes each. And
okay.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over with you guys real quick, and then.
Where are Libby and Abby?
So this is before,
have not been spotted in nearly.
This clip is just before they found the girls. This is when they're still searching for them on February 13th.
24 hours. That's where we're starting today at 12:30. The ongoing search for Libby German and Abby Williams. This story is unfolding right now in Delphi. That's in Carroll County, about 20 minutes northeast of Lafayette. Now, I want to show you the view from Google Earth. The girls were last seen near an abandoned bridge known as the Monon High Bridge, just outside Delphi. The area, as you see, is heavily wooded, and there's a creek running through it. Rich Van Wyk joins us live from the command center in Delphi. Rich, you've been talking with people out there. What's the latest there?
Well, the sheriff just briefed us a little while ago. He gave us details on the search, just how many people are involved. The fire department is now the command center for an exhaustive search that's covering a great swath of the county. More volunteer searchers are.
So one of the things I wanted to bring, look at some of these old clips is you would think, since this killer is so calculated, that he would probably want to be in kind of near, he'd be someone that could possibly be in the search party. You know what I mean? And
yeah, they say that people like to insert themselves into crimes, and so he could very well be one of these people in the background, as a reporter even.
Right.
Arriving here, they're ready and willing and able to start relieving some of the people who have been searching most of the morning in some of the wooded areas. From what we've heard and from what we've seen, there are probably about 200 civilian volunteers working with police, firemen, and others. They're searching woods, streams, fields, and buildings. The area, according to the sheriff, covers 20 to 25 square miles. Some of those areas, it's tough going. There are steep.
So I think this is that gravel. I think that just that sidewalk right there is that gravel. I think some of this is gravel right here. I know on the
We've apparently lost our connection with Rich Van Wyck, but the video that you're seeing here gives you an idea of how rugged this particular area is. The vantage point.
So there you can get a good idea of how active this creek is right here.
Rugged this particular area is. The vantage point that's more than 200 people right now are searching for these two girls. Again, these two girls have been missing since yesterday about 1 o'clock, and you can again see this abandoned bridge here leading through Carroll County and heavily wooded area. And we talked to a family member about what they think.
I see it's a small community that everybody pulls together. It's really heart-wrenching.
Search continues there in Carroll County, and there you can see pictures of the.
So I just kind of wanted to play that footage. So let's see, Sarah Thomas with the fan, but I couldn't imagine if it was. Yeah, I know that would be just terrible. Oops, I don't know why I can't scroll up sometimes with these here. But so they didn't find anything on the 13th, sadly, and then on the 14th, the next day, I believe it was the stepfather or someone related to, I believe, Abby's family. It was him and another feller, and they had found the bodies. His name was David Eskers, I think his name is. And so they found him. They found the bodies approximately right here. And they there's what's called the leaked text of David Eskers. And if you guys are curious, they look something like this. But I'm not going to read them all. But if you guys want to look them up, you can. He kind of describes what he saw, as far as the bodies. But out of respect, I'm not going to go into those. But I do want to mention one thing that I do find interesting. Is that he said that he found the bodies. And that Abby was kind of posed like a doll. Where she had like her hands folded. Which is kind of interesting. As if that was kind of like a signature. What do you think, Sleuth?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that, she was posed, and then obviously Libby was not as posed. She had worse things happen to her, basically. And maybe, like you said, a signature, or the fact that she could have been the target almost, or you know what I mean, or like the innocence. It's hard to say like what was in his mind, you know what I mean. Just I don't know, it's hard to say what exactly was going through his mind whenever he did that, but I think there's a lot that they're keeping closed because of the way that the crime scene was and the way that they were posed, etc., as a signature for that killer, so that once they catch him, hopefully it helps identify him in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. Misty says, wondering also if the suspect revisited the scene. Yeah, killers sometimes revisit the scene. Definitely. I agree.
And so, somebody said, obviously, he had probably walked that bridge before. If you look at the condition of that bridge, it's an awful condition. You would have to know where to put your feet and stuff like that. And so a lot of people have also said, why wouldn't they have just ran the girls? Why wouldn't they have just, tried to go across or run from him or whatever? But if you look at it, it's kind of like a dead end path. Like, I mean, the path goes down into woods, but they wouldn't have known that there was like civilization necessarily on the other side, because you're not really supposed to go to the other side of the bridge. And so, because that cemetery and stuff is through those woods and across the way there. But then, so their other option would be to go back across the bridge and then have him attack them on the bridge and maybe push them off. It was a dangerous situation no matter how you looked at it.
Yeah. David, are you talking about this right here, David? I hope it.
I think he's referring to the picture of Abby whenever she's on the bridge. There's that tree that's in the background that a lot of people have speculated that it was a person.
Yeah, that's this one here.
I personally don't think it was.
Yeah, it's been looked at. Yeah, it's been enhanced. It turned out to be it's nothing. If that's it's over here. I hate how like when I click on it or put my mouse over it, it goes black. I love this timeline, but whenever you go over something, it goes dark. It drives me nuts because I want to put my mouse over it, and of course I don't. But so anyway, so then also the reason how we kind of learned about some of this stuff about the leaked transcripts is as you can see this little black thing that comes across this you see it zip by for a minute. That's Abby's coat because Libby's got her phone out and Abby's kind of standing, I guess, kind of to the side and in front of her. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of her coat kind of in the way a little bit. We
got to remember, this is a 3-second, not even. It's like 1.5 seconds of footage that they have on a loop, basically, for us.
Yep.
And it's just to give us this tiny little gate of
frames,
of his appearance. And it's been so heavily edited because they edited the shadows out and everything else because they didn't want people... Initially, I know we're trying to figure out exactly how tall he was and what exact time of day it was and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And so they had to edit this footage so much to kind of protect the investigation, I guess is the right word for it.
Yep. So there's another thing that I want to go over. So this guy apparently just died. He was one of the property owners. Let me get to it here. We've all heard of Ron Logan. He's actually been, a lot of people have thought he could be a person of interest.
Trail around the same time the girls were last seen.
Oh yeah, Sarah Thomas. It's horrible, horribly frustrating that this still hasn't led to an arrest.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Members of the Delphi community today are beginning to organize fundraisers. Ted Harden has been in Delphi with the ladies.
I'm just trying to get.
Delphi is community. Best of it.
Would ever think someone to be?
Okay, so this is Ron Logan right here.
Someone to be.
He was a property owner.
In the backyard.
Ron Logan has lived on this property in Delphi for more than 50 years.
I don't even recall any homicides in Delphi. I just don't recall any, but a double homicide. This is the first. As far as I know, I don't. But it's just crazy.
He never would have imagined his property would turn into a murder scene.
It's just terrible. I just can't imagine that. My son, when he was a kid, he and his buddies played in here.
Sorry, guys.
All the time. I mean, he was born here.
I'm in a hotel.
That was a different time.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
For the families involved,
Chris.
And that's exactly why the town is coming together.
We're a small community, and when something...
Sorry, I'm in a hotel, so my internet is just kicking her out. So anyway, that's Ron Logan. He owned the property. Apparently, Ron Logan just passed away. I think early this year. To look up his. Yeah, I know. With the reward that high, I agree, Brady.
Your call is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go without Sleuth Mom because my service keeps dropping her. I'm in a hotel for a couple more days, and I'm heading back to Salt Lake. So, but I came across another thing that was really interesting, and I've heard this name come up. I don't know if you guys have, is John Weaver. But apparently there are tons of people named John Weaver. So I still haven't narrowed down exactly which John Weaver. But I thought it was interesting because I know a lot of people, you could match this photo up to, this young bridge guy photo to a lot of faces, and they'd probably look alike. But I just saw it with the curly hair of this guy, the nose. I mean, it's pretty spot on. And so apparently this John Weaver, and I'm not sure if it's this John Weaver or another John Weaver, But apparently they were, on the first day that they were searching, no, it was on the second day, just before they found the girls, that he was by one of the officers, and he was kind of listening to the radio chatter, and he just happened to mention to the officer, or somebody next to the officer, that something about, well, did they find him on the other side of the creek? And that just so happens, this is just before they'd found the bodies on the other side of the creek. And so a lot of people started looking into John Weaver. Now, apparently the authorities have, and they said they cleared him, but it's interesting. And I'll have to go a little bit more into detail on that. Justice for Emilia Olgun. May you and his family and friends find peace. Okay, I missed this. Was this in the chat? I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Sleuth. Anyway, so Sleuth Mom showed me this. This is really interesting. So 8 years ago, before the Delphi murders, there was another murder of 2 girls that were discovered by a bridge, I believe, in December, and it still has gone unsolved. And so this happened in Iowa 8 years ago on Saturday. Cousins, 10-year-old Lyric Cook Morrissey and 8-year-old Elizabeth Collins were found dead nearly 5 months after they'd gone missing. On Wednesday, December 5th, 2012, their bodies were found by hunters at the Seven Bridge Wildlife Park near Reddyland, Bremer County, a wildlife area approximately 25 miles where the girls were last seen.
Call from.
Let me back on panel.
Okay, I'll try it one more time. I don't know if it's going to work. I think it's just the internet's poopy here. Hello? You here?
Okay.
Okay.
So this case is crazy because
go ahead.
It was 5 years before Delphi,
Yeah.
not 8. So it was 8 years from the time of that article, but so it's 5 years before Delphi in Iowa, and these 2 girls were riding their bikes and were essentially kidnapped. And they didn't find them for days. And they found them eventually in the woods about 25 miles from where they were last seen. People in the area had mentioned seeing a man that they thought was, in his 40s. And, sorry. And they mentioned seeing like a man in his 40s. They mentioned seeing a vehicle. There was all of the things that should have led to, you would think a suspect of some sort. And they did have a suspect for a while, but he was proven innocent. And so these girls, their murder is gone completely unsolved. And why I think that this matters is because they were abducted near a bridge. They were abducted in an area that police say would have had to be somebody who knew the area extensively. It's not very common for 2 girls to be abducted at the same time. Typically, if you were going for a crime of opportunity, you would go for, one single girl. You don't typically overpower and try to take on 2 girls. And so he led them to an area. They were murdered. And so we still don't know who the murderer is in this case. And police said that after this murder, that the man would likely change his appearance, maybe change vehicles, and could even move from the area. So fast forward 5 years later, we have the Delphi killings.
Yeah.
A car is thought to have been parked at the CPS building nearby.
Lake.
And sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good. Go.
Okay.
You're good.
And so police think that his vehicle may have been parked at the CPS building nearby, and they believe that he was trying to lure Libby and Abby away from the crime scene of where they were actually murdered, but likely those two girls, likely Abby and Libby had fought back, and he had no choice but to kill them, essentially. And so I think what happened was that this could be the same guy. I really think it's a really huge possibility, because he could have moved to this new area. Look how close it is.
Yeah, I know. Just as and then there's a bridge. I just saw that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He could have moved to this new area and learned the new area, assimilated into their village, and picked up two girls. And unfortunately, he picked two girls that were too much for him to handle.
Yeah, with the Libby and Abby. Yeah, because they're older.
Yes. They're older, stronger, and he very well could have lured these two youngsters the same way. We don't know. Social media plays a huge aspect into things. And so kids just don't think. They don't think about what's safe or whatever, but they never connected this crime to what happened to Abby and Libby. And it just baffles me, because, I think there could be something to that. Just because, even the distance in itself. And the reason, to be honest, that I even found this murder whenever I was looking into Delphi, was because of the Chadwell connection, actually, Frank. Because Chadwell had lived in this town, or near this town, where these two girls were murdered. But Chadwell would have been too young.
Yeah.
Too young to have committed this crime and the Delphi murders. And so that was the first thing that made me think, no, it's probably not him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so, yes, they have used the term signatures in reference to the case, which indicates they think it could be a serial killer. And so these two girls, they haven't put out very much details at all about the conditions of their bodies, or how they were found, similar to Abby and Libby. The details that we know are because of leakers. And so I don't think they would tell us if they thought that there was a serial killer out there killing groups of girls. Right. Because what do you always hear? As a female growing up, you always hear, use the buddy system. You're safer in pairs. Mm-hmm. You go to the bathroom together. You go outside together. You do everything together. And so if you have a serial killer targeting, say, every 5 years or so, young girls in pairs, that creates a whole world of panic. And so it's just something that has always caught my eye about this case compared to Delphi. And of course, I never had a YouTube channel until recently, and so I never really put this out there, because it's hard to express yourself in text and in a Facebook group or something and have people take you seriously, because you can't really explain what you're seeing. But it all kind of was a little bit hokey to me. So I don't know.
I'm so glad you came back on, because I wouldn't have been able to tell everybody all that information. That's amazing, and wild, very interesting. I'm trying to see where they found the bodies. Just kind of curious.
Yeah, I'll be frank. They think it was a group and not one. So here's what's always struck me. So we got Anthony Schott's profile now. What if they were using this profile as a group of men to lure these girls? And so that's why they finally put this information out about Anthony Schott's profile, because I think he came back active. That's why all of a sudden at 9 at night on a random day, they did a press conference release letting us know about Anthony Schott's, because I think whoever was running this profile, in my opinion, could be Keegan's dad, came back active with the profile, and so they wanted to get the word out before someone else got murdered. Here we are 5 years later, and there's 5 years in between Abby and Libby and 5 years in between these two girls.
Oh, so they went missing all the way in... Yeah, so because you said they were 25 miles away, so they went to that one park, and then they were found all the way. Yeah, all the way over here. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yes. The guy took them 25 miles away. And so this is Lyric Cook and Elizabeth. Hold on. I can't remember the last name ever.
Google Earth that. I'm not as proficient on...
Elizabeth Collins and Lyric Cook is this murder. So if anybody wants to look into it, I just think it's crazy that it's 5 years apart. It's 5 years apart, and now we are 5 years later, and they released the Anthony Shots profile. What if it came back active to do its next 5-year little serial killer thing?
Yeah.
We don't know. We just don't know. And so it's always kind of stuck out to me.
Just trying to kind of scope around a little bit while you talk. Yeah, that's... So I wonder, because 25 miles, that's a lot. I'm assuming he must have picked them up in a vehicle?
They think that he had a white Chevy Trailblazer nearby. And so that's what I'm saying. Abby and Libby, they think that he had his vehicle parked at the CPS building. And so he could have easily tried to get them through those woods back up to the CPS building and was going to kidnap them and take them somewhere else to harm them or violate them or whatever. But what if we have a 5-year pattern on our hands?
That's creepy. And to be able to do this, the one thing I forgot to mention, that if you guys, for those that may not know, that they do have DNA of the supposed suspect in the Delphi case. But they haven't said how much. Apparently, it's not much. So it's a small profile of DNA. They know that...
LaVista Julia, I have heard that rumor. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I have heard that rumor about pretending to be a cop. There was messages from someone named Lee Kerr. You can look them up on Reddit. And that was one of the things that he alluded to, was that this man walked up to them and essentially pretended like they were going to be in trouble for being on the bridge and tells them that they have to come with him. And he says, guys, and then you get the down the hill later, because he's not going to let them cross the bridge again because they're in trouble for being on the bridge to begin with. I have heard that, that he tried to basically handcuff them and walk them away. And obviously that did not work out for him. And so that's just, again, one of those Reddit, Facebooky type of rumors. But, it would make sense as to why he had control of them at first and then they ran. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, could be so. As a lot of this stuff is speculation. Some of it's been verified, but it's still, since it's an open investigation, we have to say on this channel, it's speculation for now, just to cover our butts. But
I come here to speculate.
Yeah.
I just say all the things on your channel.
Because a lot of people take everything to heart, and they're like, oh, well, you said this, and it's like, well, we're speculating here. And yes, there is stuff that you can look up, and it's, been verified by the family members, but still, it's still an open investigation. There's only so much, that can be actually verified. You know what I mean?
Right. But, I just wish that more people, so what I was doing was, because of JBC's bridge connection, I typed in unsolved bridge murders, and that's how I got these two girls to pop up. And then looking at the similarities, it was kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
But obviously we know JBC, sorry, Frank, I don't think JBC is the Delphi killer. I don't think he's a creep. He's 100% creep. But I don't think that he was Delphi.
Yeah, he does. I see why Frank does, because
he looks identical to. Oh,
he does. He's got like the perfect build. Yeah, you think he'd be able to handle himself. Two girls. He's in that right age range. Here, I'll pull up Chadwell just so people know who we're talking about.
And then somebody who covers Delphi all the time is going to see you with Chadwell on your screen and be like, they're such idiots.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's him. Because I was covering this case. Of course, I didn't have my channel, but I was sleuthing just without the channel. And I just remember everybody just tore into every little piece they could with, because this, he came out in what, 2021. And so, I was just trying to find his pictures. I hate when I go to click on a picture and anyway. Hey, what's up, Gretchen? But yeah, here's him. But yeah, he's got some tattoos that look like girls on them, and it's strange. Yeah, it looks like Abby and Libby, but they, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, pull up the picture of his tattoos. Is
I'm gonna see. I don't know if they got his. I can't open up my email right now because I've got sensitive names and stuff, and I don't want to do that on the live. So
you'll probably kill my phone call again anyway. So.
Oh yeah, opening that up. But yeah, this is Chadwell here.
Mhm.
But yeah, to finish what I was saying on Chadwell and what Frank didn't get to hear is that he'd even talked to, I want to say True Crime Investigates podcast, and they reached out to him and talked to him. And he said, oh, yeah, because, he was convicted and sentenced to life without parole for, attempted murder.
Yeah.
And doing other stuff to a 9-year-old girl. But he said he admitted to that. He didn't even plead not guilty. He said, yep, I'm guilty.
Right. He fessed right up.
Yeah.
He was caught in the act. So. Yeah.
But he said he'd go on a podcast if he could and say, yeah, I did this, but no, I didn't do this. So.
Gosh, I wish I could call him and interview him. Like, hey, are you Delphi? Frank wants to know.
But this is interesting. This I will do a story about this, guys, too. I will dig up the whole story on this Elizabeth Collins and this cook who's 8 and 10 years old and unsolved. It happened in Evansdale, Iowa, and they were bodies found in Seven Bridges Wildlife in Bremer County on December 5th. Let's see. Dates of death, July 13th. Oh, so they didn't find them for almost, wow. They didn't find their bodies for almost, 6 months? Just about. Almost 6 months. Exactly. Wow. Carrie, there is more audio. Yeah, there is more audio, Carrie. Yeah, we kind of discussed that a little bit earlier. There's kind of transcripts if you want to look online. You just kind of look up Abby and Libby on Reddit, and you can kind of find some transcripts on that. So, Mom, are you still with us? You went quiet all of a sudden. Says you're still with me. Oh, she probably muted herself. Anyway. Before I get going too far here, because I completely forgot, because we kind of started early. Because you guys, we always do a new active missing person case on my channel. So for those who are newer to my channel, so one of the things I do is I go live on the weekends, and then during the week I have my regular uploads. I cover, big news stories. I also have my Paranormal Tuesdays, which is quite popular. I try to add a little bit of humor to it as well. But all my videos, I attach like a missing person poster, an active missing person poster to each of my videos. So it's just kind of get away. Nope, you dropped the call again. Oh darn it. Yeah, Amelia. Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, I know. That's a long time. Poor parents. All right, Slits. Well, because I'm about to wrap up here in about 10-15 minutes here. So this is, but yeah, to finish what I was saying. But yeah, so if you're newer to my channel, so I add a missing person poster to all my videos. That's a way to kind of give back and help the missing community. And so for today, we've got Donald Ryan Green, age 16. He's got brown hair, hazel eyes, 5'9", 155 pounds. Last seen wearing a green Denali hoodie, jeans, and a black Volcom hat, carrying a black backpack. Missing from 845 South Crimson Road in Mesa, Arizona. So I don't know what it is about Mesa, Arizona, but there are so many people go missing in that area. It's crazy. It is literally number 2. Arizona's the second state that has the most missing people. Honestly, I think per volume, it should be number 1, to be honest. There's just so many people that go missing in Arizona. I have no idea what it is. It just must be, I don't know if it's just big trafficking going on or what, but it's crazy. It's definitely a problem. Because like I said, I do missing posters every day, almost every day. And it seems like almost every other case that I talk about, every third case, it's somebody missing from Arizona. It's terrible. I hate to see that. And a lot of the times it's often young kids. So anybody from Arizona around that area, please take a close look. He just went missing, 2 days ago. So there's still time for him. Volunteer fireman, he's a ladder guy, yo. I don't know who that is. What's up, Jeffrey? Anywho, yeah, so I think that's about... so Keegan Klein, he's going to have his pre-trial on the 24th, which will be 10 days after the anniversary. 11 days, I guess. And then his main trial is going to be on April. Like I said, if you guys are really interested, these are what's called the David Esker's text messages. They basically describe, he's the one that found the bodies. If you're interested in that, you can look that up on Google. Like I said, out of respect for the family, I'm not going to go into those details. Just that they, when he had found the bodies, it looked like he had posed the bodies of Abby and Libby, especially Abby, anyway. So I don't know if that's, some kind of signature. But, and that they do have DNA, but I'm not sure how much they have. It is rumored that Libby put up a fight and that she had gotten something under her fingernails is kind of the rumor. So let me see what the chat's saying, and then I think it's going so fast here. Chris, do it for Valentine's Day. Haha, for us single ladies that are lonely. What's that? OnlyFans. You guys. Millie says, I signed in late, so I thought the chat was about Abby and Libby. This case breaks my heart. Yeah, that new case. Yeah, I'm going to do a story about that, Amelia, if you're interested. I'll probably do that story sometime this week, because that's very interesting. Jane says, lots of gangs in the Phoenix area. Yeah, we still have David Robinson, his son, still missing. What's up, sub? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yeah, I think that's all I had. I was just kind of I was going to have a little bit more with Sleuth One, but unfortunately I'm in this hotel for a couple more days until I go back to Salt Lake, and it's not good internet here. So I don't want to keep wasting your guys' time by having the phone call drop. So I think that'll do it for tonight. And got Paranormal Tuesday coming up. And then, like I said, live shows are on the weekends. If there's something big, I will go live during the week. But usually the lives are kind of reserved for the weekends. So, yeah, I will, Hannah. I will definitely do a story this week. It'll be up. I'm not sure which day, but I will definitely do a story. Probably Wednesday, I think. So, all right, guys. That'll do it. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish God had more for you guys, but this is just a little top off because I went live earlier. So I will, Sarah. I got to clean up my Facebook. My Facebook is a mess. I don't even want to think about it right now. So good night, Sherry. Good night, Amelia. Thank you so much, Amelia. That means a lot. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much, Karen Lee, for everything. Yes, Jill. I'm so glad you can make it. Thank you so much. All right, guys. We will see you during the week.